Hello, everybody, and welcome back to our holiday special. Well, technically it is Hollywood, but whatever. The point is
Yeah.
Christmas movies for 2018. So today we're watching Home Alone, the classic that everybody knows and loves about. So, all right, I don't need to introduce this. Everybody knows Home Alone. It's so iconic at this point. So basically, everybody just start right before the Disney logo. Sorry, the Fox logo.
It will be Disney at some point.
For
Maybe.
now, the Fox logo.
We're jumping a bit ahead of ourselves.
Yeah, but the current Blu-ray in circulation still has the Fox logo, so that's the one we'll watch. So basically, go back to 0, and you should be seeing a black screen before that logo. So let's start. 3, 2, 1.
For those who don't know, this was the movie that put Macaulay Culkin on the map. Macaulay Culkin was one of those beloved child actors.
Macaulay Culkin.
We did encounter him already in the past. After all, we did Page Master.
Yay. Fortunately, this one was one of the good ones. Yeah, this movie was directed by Chris Columbus, who unfortunately, you might remember them as also the director of the first 2 Harry Potter movies.
Yeah.
And after that, he decided that, this whole good movie thing is just not for me anymore. I'll just...
Let's do Pixels.
And
Ew.
and the first Percy Jackson movie.
It was also written by the legendary John Hughes, who was one of the most prominent writers of movies in the 80s.
Until Home Alone 3.
Yeah.
And Flubber.
Oh yeah, that's right, I forgot he wrote Flubber. I mean, Flubber was...
in Kingdom Hearts 1.
Okay. I'll give Flubber this. At the very... Okay, maybe it was just because it was Robin Williams trying to salvage that movie, but Flubber actually does manage to make me laugh.
I need to recede again one day to...
And so is...
And John Williams.
Remember Chris Columbus, and aside from Steven Spielberg, Chris Columbus was also kind of John Williams' second-rate friend of sorts, because he did John and Chris Columbus did a lot of movies together as well.
Well, yeah, you can see they got quite the all-star cast to do the simple concept
Roger Snell, seriously?
Don't worry, Dwebs. Fortunately, his editing here is fine.
Should I recognize that name?
He did the Smurf
first
movies.
2 Scooby-Doo movies.
And the Smurf movies.
What, as a
Beverly
writer or...
Hills Chihuahua.
Wait.
Oh my god.
Wait, what, as a writer or an editor?
So yeah, here's the basic
He
story.
he edited the first 2 Home Alones, directed the third, and
Well, that explains a lot.
Also, going back to what Jova was saying, all I remember from Flubber is Robin Williams, so that should tell you everything.
Anyway, so here's the story of Home Alone. It's a story of Kevin McAllister, played by Macaulay Culkin, and he's the youngest of a family of 7 siblings.
Jesus.
And guess what? It's the Christmas time, which means his uncle and aunt also came to visit with all of their friends. And guess what? His uncle and aunt also themselves have 7 children. So as you can probably guess, this house right now is a complete mess.
Are you all secretly rabbit people?
Yeah. Basically, the McAllisters are the worst family in all of film.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, Dwebs, the movies themselves do acknowledge it. It's not like it's
Remind me briefly, which city this is set in?
Chicago.
Chicago.
Thanks.
Mind you, the Chicago setting doesn't really play into the film that much. It's just a house in Chicago. That's it.
Yeah.
It's a suburban quarter.
Suburban America. That's all you need to know.
When I was younger, there's a family this large used to surprise me, but here in the UK, we actually have a famous family with a lot of children. And last time I heard anything...
Pack my suitcase?
Also, that lady was wearing so many necklaces at the same time.
Also, Joe Pesci as a cop.
But yeah, this family currently has 21 kids as of this year.
Anyway,
so what was that?
So the basic gist of it is that they're all going on vacation to France. Here's the problem. Everybody's trying to pack things right before the end, and it's all a bit confusion. And Kevin doesn't know how to pack his suitcase, so he's asking one of his older brothers to do it.
And of course, since he's the last of the breed, everyone else will basically bully him.
Yeah.
It's usually the awkward
Again,
middle child, but there are a lot of middle children.
That's a faint tale. That's a faint tale. Movies in general give older brothers a very bad name, and as an older brother myself, I feel very insulted.
Actually, it's partially relatable. My mother is actually the last of a six children family, and yes, all their older brothers and sisters bully there. Sorry. Oh.
Okay, les incompetents means the incompetent ones, Dibs.
Oh.
No, I was just wondering if that was actually what it meant.
Again, isn't Kevin's sister so wonderful? Whatever. Yeah. So, but yeah. I don't think you're.
Bit of an oxymoron there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Joe Pesci's expression says it all. Also, pet tarantula.
And here's a generic nerdy kid with glasses from every John Hughes movie ever. And yes, here's the stereotypical jock, of course. Gotta have that.
I'm surprised he didn't direct. I'm surprised Hughes didn't direct this one. He's also
here's another cool thing about John Hughes, again, from back before he lost his mind. His family films were great in the sense that they were great for kids, but they also had a lot of great adult humor that completely flew over the kids' heads. So you can always enjoy. This can be enjoyed by people of all ages. There you go. See. This is his oldest brother, Buzz.
Oh yeah, I remember
this is
Buzz.
important. This is important.
Foreshadowing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Old man Marley.
Hold on.
How did he get out of prison?
It's an urban myth, Whoops.
Yeah.
Boo Radley this.
He had Phoenix Wright as a lawyer.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, he must have been innocent.
But how did Phoenix get from LA to Chicago?
Plane
He
trip.
needed money.
Yeah,
Remember-
he hasn't got any money.
He doesn't have money. Not until Dual Destinies, anyway.
Yeah, to be fair, he somehow gets money for Trials and Tribulations.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Wow. They're making this old man to sound really like a badass. Like,
Well, as a kid, I can
It's a
vouch
good
for
pull
this.
for a
It's a lot
slasher
of
movie,
things.
not gonna lie.
yeah.
Hello. Thanks, John.
Anyway,
So-
anybody up? All right, anybody up for a pizza?
So sure, you
Sure.
mentioned something about
Well, it's Chicago pizza, so
oh yeah, Chicago pizza. That's definitely a great.
dude, come on.
For the record, for those who don't know, that's a running gag. It happens in the second movie as well. Basically, that poor statue gets very poorly treated.
What is even a statue of?
Hold on. These two are the youngest of each of the two families. Basically, Joe Pesci's trying to find out where exactly the parents are, but the kids just won't talk to him.
Jesus.
Well, remember too, he has like what, 10 pieces in there.
And I'm guessing they're family sized due to the box size.
Yeah, takeout pizza isn't cheap.
Especially if it's Chicago pizza. So sure, you mentioned something about a special family over in the UK?
Yeah, I mentioned that they currently have 21 children as of this year.
Oh, neat.
Last time I checked, they had 16.
Okay, Jova.
Yeah.
Answer me this. Is it common in America for policemen to go to individual houses and check if their security against burglars is fine? Because I've never seen anything like that over here.
For suburbia, if I recall correctly, it's not a thing for mechanic, but if I recall correctly, for suburban, places, they have individual policemen, each of them patrolling a specific side of a suburban place and checking each house sometime.
Someone who lives in suburbia myself, I can assure you that that is not the norm. Not even 9/11.
Sure?
Look,
it seems actually very logical to do.
Well,
don't get me wrong. I appreciate the thought of it. It's just that the fact that policemen are being helpful is quite the alien thing.
I mean,
it's something I see a lot of in fiction, but in terms of real life, I don't really know.
Also,
so
Pepsi.
Jove is probably right.
Okay, here's the thing. Let me explain this. Kevin has to sleep with Fuller. Here's the problem. Fuller drinks a lot of Pepsi and he pees the bed.
Ugh.
Here's another thing. Kevin always wants his pizzas to be cheese pizzas, and Buzz was saying, "Yeah, you can eat your cheese pizza, but only after I barf in it. Only after I barf in it." And Kevin got angry and decided to tackle Buzz. Basically.
There you go. Also, that shot with the something getting thrown into the bin, that's actual foreshadowing. This movie actually is very good at foreshadowing things.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Home Alone movies often do need their foreshadowing for a certain reason.
Here's a big problem with this family. Uncle Frank is an absolute bastard.
He is.
He
is.
But mind you, the rest of the family aren't that much better.
Yeah, I mean, is anyone going to tell off the older brother for being a little shit?
The older sites.
Yeah.
Bad, and Kevin's the one.
I agree with the fact that the parents are not being good parents.
Hell, one of them literally just called him a disease, and he's not getting punished.
Well, remember, Dwebs, the whole point of this movie is for the family to finally start giving Kevin value. So that's supposed to be their lesson. So. Again, that's one of the problems with Home Alone 2. Don't get me wrong, I like Home Alone. Don't get me wrong, I like Home Alone 2, but I really hate the fact that that movie basically ignores the lesson that they learned in the first movie. Like they
not so much that they ignore the lesson; it's that they have to learn it again.
But it shouldn't be like that, though.
It goes full Metroid Prime by resetting to 0 the characterization.
You are very unobservant, lady.
That wants to call social services.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Shira. She's about to get a wake up karma. Yeah.
Everything will come in due time.
Fun fact: the mother is played by Catherine O'Hara, who's also known for being Sally in the Night Before Christmas franchise.
Oh. That's kind of the plot of the movie Krampus, actually.
Yeah, just like I hope you didn't mean what you said earlier. You were ignoring. Yeah, I want to make that point.
Parents tend not to listen to their own logic.
Yeah. The basic point is that they're a dysfunctional family, which there are plenty of. Sadly.
Dysfunctional.
like I said, my mother was the last of 6, and she got bullied all the time by her brothers and sisters.
Again, Hollywood is always giving people like me a bad name.
Older
brothers, I mean.
Well, Pedro, it just happens. The problem with Hollywood is that it says it's on a regular basis when it's a case-to-case scenario instead.
I wouldn't even really call it regular. Sometimes they actually mix things up with who gets bullied. Yes, Dwibs?
That flag that was above the bed earlier, is that the flag of Chicago?
The flag above the bed?
What the hell is that thing floating? Oh, I get it. It's the Weasleys. We're getting Macaulay with their flying car.
The only real problem, of course, is the fact that even back in these days, in his early days, Macaulay Culkin was never all that great of an actor.
There you go.
His delivery is a bit. I don't want to see this family again. Again, he's always been a bit wooden. Like it's mostly the movie around him that is so well written that people for the most part don't notice it. But his acting is not exact. He's definitely he's definitely no Haley Joel Osment. Like I'll tell you that.
There
I
you
thought
go.
you were about
Because
to
of
say
bad
he's.
weather, the telephone
no, I know
service
this
is
guy.
busted.
So yeah, because of the power surge, the alarm clock didn't work. So
Here we go.
this is one of my favorite music tracks for the movie. Wait, I thought you guys already packed everything yesterday, though.
But they
Yeah,
didn't put everything in the
still.
car or the bus or whatever they're
it,
taking.
also, in case like it takes time to actually prep things up, like getting dressed up and everything. In case of woman, it takes a long time.
And making sure you have passports and things like that.
Guess what?
So.
Here's another horrible coincidence. This little kid is actually one of the neighbors. And being a curious, annoying kid, he's here asking random questions and annoying the poor worksman. So the problem is that kid is going to be one of the primary reasons why the primary conflict starts. Yes, Jules.
It's amazing how in this movie
Okay, kids, don't you have like baseball to play with your friends or something?
In the middle of winter.
In the snow, Pedro?
Pedro. Baseball is a spring/summer sport, not a winter sport.
Fine, go ride a sleigh or something.
Make a snowman. Come
Yeah,
on.
go make a snowman. Don't bother.
Build a snowman for
But it
Christ's
doesn't look
sake.
like there's enough snow for that.
Oh,
I don't
well.
know.
Then make a little one.
Joe, what's
This is important. Basically, they're counting to make sure everybody. They're counting to make sure everybody's here. Hold on. And they count the neighbor as one of them. They thought that was Kevin, because he looks just like Kevin from behind, and that's why they don't notice.
Yeah,
that.
again, this movie normal as the staple of so many coincidences, but normally would make you say, "Oh, that's just way too contrived." But I don't know. It kind of special of disbelief.
It also helps that up until this point we've established that this family is not exactly all that up in the head anyway.
And also, there's the fact, if you noticed, there is the fact, also Game Boy, I guess. There's the fact that during that ruckus with the pizza, before the ticket, one of the tickets was actually thrown accidentally in the bin. So obviously, also all their tickets check in.
It's just plausible enough for the movie to get away with it.
Yeah.
And not just that, and then because of that, they have to completely rush the fuck to the airport so they won't lose the airplane.
Oh, yeah.
Kevin's not there.
And God help you if your flight gets rerouted and then you have to go all the way to the other side of the airport.
Well, remember this, right before departing, the mom turned to the older sister. Did you count everybody? Yeah, everybody's here. So, yeah. As far as
with a big with a big family, dweebs, usually mothers reroute some duties to the older siblings.
Run. I want to sit. Why did anyone want to sit near the window in an airplane?
Because they like the window view.
Good for them. I don't.
I like the window view, despite what I said during our Die Hard commentary.
Yes, we. Hold on. Hey guys! Hope we didn't forget anything.
Funnily enough, though, this came out the same year as Die Hard 2 and was also released by Fox.
Really?
So it was a good year for Christmas movies.
Mm-hmm.
Die Hard 2's not a Christmas.
Yes, it is.
American Airlines.
Whatever. We've already addressed this.
Dweebs. You literally picked it as a Christmas commentary.
It just happened to have Christmas as a set.
So
it's a running joke that those movies are Christmas.
Well, I guess you're.
Ladies and gentlemen, every kid's dream. You're 7 years old. You have a big house to yourself with money in it, with money around, so you can shop if you need to, and you have a shit ton of food and toys to play with.
Reminds me of the first time I got left home alone. It was fun.
How did that happen?
I think when I was like either 5 or 6 or 7.
Gee, I wonder where did. Gee, yeah, it's a bit too quiet.
Also, I forgot which specific movie this. I mean, the one in black and white.
Probably some old movie that Fox owns.
Yeah.
I don't know.
This kind of shit is the reason why
There are actually some interesting Easter eggs when it comes to that in these movies. Yes, Shirai?
This kind of thing is the reason why I like to stay in hotels at the airport before I fly.
Because of the flight?
No, because of forgetting anything and being late.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's happened to you before?
Hold on. The kids
No,
are fine.
I'm just paranoid.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Although saying that, Jova, my mum did go to a flight earlier this year, but when she opened her passport, it turned out to be my brother's.
Oops.
Ah!
So she wasn't getting on that plane.
Oh look, it's Buzz's tarantula.
I
Keep
guess
that
he's
in
not...
mind. Yeah.
Every
Well, I guess
tarantula-
he's
The
not-
tarantula. Keep in mind, the tarantula will have a role later on. Go ahead.
Tarantula,
Oh, of
check
course,
out
it's a tarantula. Well, boy, that would have been quite a funny thing to explain. Her having your brother's passport.
Also, don't worry, guys. Hey, Kevin, don't worry. Your mum's got off to her job as a judge, or was that optician?
She's gone to parenting classes. It's okay.
The camera angles in these scenes are actually very ingenious. They showcase all the tools that will be incorporated later on in the movie, just with enough subtlety for not being obnoxious.
Also, another thing, Kevin is afraid of. I forgot what that.
The boiler?
Name is. Yeah, boiler. That's it. Because it makes this creepy noise.
Forgot, in which year the little toaster movie came out? Because it may be tied to that.
It was like in the 80s. I forgot. The 84.
Wait,
I
you
think?
talking about the
84.
Brave Little Toaster?
Yeah, the
Brave
very little toaster.
toaster.
Let me check.
That movie is weird.
Yeah.
Anyway. Oh, there you go. See, Jova, like
There is some snow.
there is snow, and he even walks around in pajamas during the winter. So it must be not that cold, I guess.
Who said anything about that?
Remember, you said that baseball should not be done in winter or something, but whatever.
No,
Well,
no, he's
hey,
saying
Joe, I
that there
stated
wasn't
that-
enough snow to build a snowman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, hold on.
Yes.
Okay, now a moment of silence so we can sing this. Oh, there you go. Okay, Dwebs. Kevin is about to side with you in a moment.
You will kill the Supreme Commander.
Oh, Kevin, pick up the phone. This looks like your family's on the phone, I guess. Mhm.
Don't worry.
Oh,
Family's
there you
That's
go.
coming to
vile.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Well, Mom, I guess you was the bet about him being sad to see his family be gone.
There you go. Time to party then.
Well, maybe we didn't treat him like shit, then.
Well, not entirely free.
It must have been really fun for Macaulay to do this scene. Like, just go ape shit and.
Yeah.
Oh, funnily enough, you know the actor playing.
Oh, look, a Playboy. Remember when we gotta get our jollies from magazines and not the internet?
Some people still do, go figure.
You know the actor playing Fuller.
Mm-hmm.
He's Macaulay Culkin's brother.
All
Huh.
right.
Ah. Very weird taste. No.
Hmm?
No.
Yeah?
Let's be by Second Amendment.
Ah, the BB gun.
Wait, he was in She's All That
Yeah.
and Scott Pilgrim.
He means Macaulay's brother, not Macaulay.
Yeah,
There you go.
yeah.
Angel of the Souls, the greatest movie ever. Just listen to this. This
Oh
is
yeah,
amazing.
I love this one.
Just listen to this. This is amazing.
Is that from an actual real movie, or did they just film
No,
this?
no,
for
Yeah,
that?
they filmed it. They filmed it.
Obviously, they went for the Marlon Brando and movie. Or Humphrey Bogart.
That is one big gun.
That's a Tommy gun, dude.
What is he eating anyway? Is that marshmallow?
Ice cream.
Ice
Oh.
cream.
It's the American
Hold on.
size, so obviously it's
Let's count. 1, 2, 10.
Jesus. Please, you need to stop
Hold
driving.
on, here comes the line.
Here it is.
Hold on.
So this is what I'm talking about.
He's already dead, dude. Go ahead. Yay!
You set the line. We can all go home now.
Hold on. Mommy senses a disturbance in the force.
Are your mother senses finally kicking in after all the years you've had your son?
You mean her? You mean the sons
Yeah.
and daughters? I mean,
After all
remember
the
the-
hours you spent on the flight.
Oh.
No.
Oh well.
3, 2, 2.5, 1.
Wait for
Slowly
it.
setting in.
There it
There
is.
we go.
That's basically Mrs.
Kevin,
McAllister's
Kevin,
line. Yes,
Kevin.
no. You're not doing it right, Joe. It's Kevin. Like it's her catchphrase,
Well,
basically.
I like.
I
the way
don't
she
know. I'm
says it in
trying
Home
to
Alone.
translate it into the whole Jason thing.
I like the way she says it in Home Alone 2 better.
Kevin, and then she faints.
Wee.
By the way, that end line from that not movie, one of our tech guys at work is trying to rig the login system we had to basically say that every time we go to work.
keep the change, you filthy animal.
He probably can't do that. He created the system anyway.
Because of the outage, the phones are still out of order. So they cannot even call in.
There you go.
I
See,
know.
there she's not. There you go. That's the whole point. It's for her.
Yeah, that look. Just shut up.
Well, that was the whole. Again, this is the whole point. But it's her to finally realize that she needs to change her ways, basically.
Oh, hey, Joe Pesci.
So yeah, these are our villains, the Wet Bandits, played by Joe Pesci and Daniel Stern.
Turns out that cop played by Joe Pesci wasn't actually a real cop checking to check on security for the sake of their safety. Now he's just checking to see who will be in, who will be out, when they'll be in, and how the security system is.
Exactly. Which so basically, yeah. I guess it just boils down to the family should have been suspicious of the cop doing that. I
To
guess.
be fair, you don't often question a guy in a uniform, but often
And
get
they
you
were
in trouble.
a hurry, so
So yeah, basically the McAllister household is their favorite target this year because there's a shit ton of the McAllisters are insanely rich. I
so
don't know
there's a
what's
lot of things to plunder.
yeah.
In any of the movies, do they ever say what the parents actually do for a living?
No, they never say it.
Hmm.
Well, they did say Uncle Frank's based in Paris.
Actually,
Hello, Grinch.
Actually, no, Dubs. That's a different relative that we learn in the second movie, not Uncle Frank. what was it? Oh, yeah. I think if I remember correctly, Home Alone 3 finally says that the wife works in an office, that the mom works in an office, but that's Home Alone 3.
Home
We
Alone
usually
3
don't-
is a different cast of characters.
Isn't it still Kevin McAllister as the
Nope.
main character, or is it
No.
a different kid? Is
It's
it
changing
okay.
Different kid.
perspective.
Oh, okay then.
Basically,
in that
starting
ca-
with
well,
3,
in
it's
that
different
case,
kids.
Shiroi, no. In that case, Shiroi, no. We never learn. They're just rich for the convenience of the plot.
I mean, okay. The only way that Home Alone 3 is still in continuity is if they got rid of at least 5 of the siblings.
If I remember
Then try
correctly,
explain that. Did Jova try explain that with Home Alone 4?
what about 4? Does 4 have Kevin, or is it yet another different kid?
No. 4 has the guy from Clockwork Orange, Malcolm
No,
McDowell.
I know
that's
that-
five. Jova, that's 5.
Wait, I thought that was 4.
No,
Well,
5.
regardless,
You
I'm
sure?
talking about the main character of 4, not the villain.
Well, isn't one of the movies having a girl protagonist?
No.
I don't remember that. But
I
anyway,
wouldn't. Wait, I would not have known.
smart move on part of Kevin, turning on the lights to make them think there's somebody's home.
Yep.
Well, yeah, there is.
Yeah, but best not to let them know it's just a kid.
So yeah, not so fun being I'm Home Alone anymore, right?
It also has to deal with, but again, it's a character development on both sides. Both sides finally learn to appreciate each other, both the family and Kevin himself, basically.
Yeah, I can actually imagine this music playing in a Harry Potter movie.
Mm-hmm.
Mi no hablo
Chris
español.
Columbus ones, maybe not the Alfonso Cuarón one.
Poor French girl. Well, at least they're organizing.
Don't worry, Kevin. The threat is gone.
For now.
Well, boy, but still.
Well, I'll give him this. He mans up quicker than he takes to man up in Page Master.
Hey, kid. Come here.
Hello.
Hey, kid, it's Santa.
Poor guy.
Yeah, Santa.
Yeah.
I'm sad. Santa Claus that got thrown out of the grotto for non-payment of rent.
Back into the comfy bed.
Okay, and now we're talking about 2 real cops instead of a fake cop like Joe Pesci. So obviously they're incredibly unhelpful.
Family crisis intervention.
I swear.
Of course, the donut.
not just that, Teo. They're basically going to keep passing her on between each other. Like nobody in this stupid police station wants to help the poor woman. Yeah. Has he been involved in a household accident? I don't really give a crap.
Surprised we didn't got the occasion to have.
See, look at that. That's literally my joke. Oh yeah, that's tragic. It's so tragic. I'm feeling so much for your loss. Oh, this is good.
Surprised we never they didn't got the occasion to have Ben Stein playing one of the police officers.
Exactly. You.
I've had such conversations, like just being thrown back and forth between operators. Jesus fucking Christ.
Thanks, American police.
Our police aren't much better either.
Ours neither. So
Same.
I love what it says there in the back. There's something in the background that says "Young Citizen Award." Young Citizen Award. Who exactly got that award?
Oh, well, there you go. Okay, so they'll send the police to check on her son.
It sounds like those awards that are given to young people who do, pretty big things for their age.
Yeah, but they do send it, Jova, but here's how he does it. Hold on.
To be fair, what more can he do without a warrant?
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying he should, barge in. I'm just saying he should at the very least try to call to the kid instead of just, banging once or twice and then just leaving.
Well,
How
that's
different the show would be if it were filmed in the UK.
Yeah, there's no one home. It's not like the kid could be in there scared or anything, or maybe he just didn't hear because the house is big.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
the thing though.
given
Police
this, he
police
might
are
have-
not a
Or he was asleep. Huh?
At least the kid knows not to answer the door when he's alone.
He even said it. Let them count the kids again. See, the guy's so dismissive. Like, seriously.
I guess he really doesn't want to work at Christmas Eve.
It's like I'm pretty sure the whole rule in situations like they haven't said it in this movie, but you usually get the whole, oh, you have to wait at least 24 hours to call about this. Yeah, that is a law I'm pretty sure doesn't actually exist. They just tell you that.
There you go, Dwebs. It's actually Uncle Rob who's the one from Paris who's the one from who we mentioned also in the second one.
Of course.
So yeah, basically the entire family
He's splitting up.
is splitting up. But the wife wants to go back home and she's gonna stay here. And the problem is the planes, for some reason, apparently there are no airplanes to America at all. I get that it's I get that it's Christmas and shit, but really, no planes for one of the most sought out destinations in the entire world. I don't know. Oh, okay, here comes the Culkin face.
Hello, welcome to my diary vlog on YouTube.
It's like Robinson Crusoe with he's just telling this to not go insane.
Don't put that on you're too young. Yeah.
Oh dear.
There we go.
That's gonna leave a mark.
Uh-huh.
And meme was born.
Yeah.
And another thing, being of course the younger kid, obviously he goes mess around the older brother's shit, and he, well, for lack of a better term, untidies everything. In this case, Kevin goes all the way and just breaks everything. Basically, it's after the. Oh, there you go.
Oh dear.
It's okay. Fortunately, we're operating on cartoon logic, so we're fine.
And to be fair, I've had spills like that before and been fine. The problem is that he may have let someone out.
Besides, Bud's had it coming anyway.
There you go. We're taking Buzz's life savings. Yay! Well,
hello.
And a tarantula is free.
Yeah, like I said, tarantulas, okay, they're not necessarily poisonous, but they can be dangerous.
Okay, so basically there's no food in the house right now, so Kevin has to go shopping.
You know, I'll give the kid credit. He's a lot braver than most people, even adults, would be, knowing that a tarantula is roaming free around their house. Like, some people who own tarantulas actually have baseball bats under their beds in case they get free.
Why is he wearing a snorkel?
Because the thing about Marv, Dwebs, is that he's very...
Yeah, I don't worry, I know about Marv. He's quite out there.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Well, that's wild.
That doesn't explain why the lights suddenly turned on, though.
I wonder, has Joe Pesci been in any other, well, in our case, PG-rated movies?
Well, he was in
Other than
Moonwalker.
this film sequel that...
Moonwalker, I guess. The
that's-
American Dental Association. It's a toothbrush. Aren't all toothbrushes the fucking same?
Not necessarily. We do have some different grades of softness, hardness, and also.
There's also
Okay,
electric
actually, these days-
toothbrushes.
Okay. What exactly does it mean for a toothbrush to be approved by the American Dental
It's a
Association?
commercial tactic. Basically, Peter, I don't know if it works in your country too, but a lot of toothbrush commercial goes like, 9 medics out of 10 recommend this.
Okay.
It's the
Our
same thing.
toothpaste adverts have a lot of those.
In here, we just have toothbrushes and that's it.
Hey, at least it's more. Ooh.
Ooh, he's got a wounded hand. That clearly must mean he's evil. Yeah, there's another thing that I love about the movie is also the other message that, aside from, of course, appreciating your family, is
Don't always assume about strength.
don't judge based on appearances.
Yeah.
Which is what his siblings have been doing, as we've established earlier. So yeah, and now he took the toothbrush without paying. So
Yeah.
He stole
Come on.
that guy's toothbrush.
oh come on, it's just a toothbrush. Do we really need to involve the police in this?
Yeah, that's still
Hold on.
shoplifting.
Oh.
Okay, so the police wouldn't respond this quickly when they thought a kid was home alone, but now that he's stolen a toothbrush.
Well-
a toothbrush has been stolen.
Shiri, we're operating on Elder Scrolls logic.
Okay.
It's not yours, everyone is on your tail.
Okay, to be fair, in the former case, they were like miles away. In this case, the police cop is literally a few feet away from him, so. Yeah, he kind of would look a bit bad on the job if he didn't respond to that at the moment's notice.
So while this is going on, apparently back in July of this year, Fox announced that they were going to do an R-rated remake of Home Alone with Ryan Reynolds.
Wait.
Wait, what?
Called Stoned Alone.
Dude, we've already got Good Son for an R-rated Home Alone anyway.
Well, too bad. Here you go.
I'm guessing that was cancelled.
Actually, there's been no word of this cancellation or anything yet.
Why
okay.
would you even make an R-rated Home Alone? Part of
Because
the...
it's Ryan Reynolds, so it has to be.
The same reason you would make a kid-friendly Deadpool movie.
Well, the kid-friendly Deadpool has an idea of novelty, but Home Alone...
Another thing to establish. You're probably wondering, why are they called the Wet Bandits? Well, we're about to explain.
They get wet.
No. He's gonna say. Yeah, what's so funny, Marv?
Well, it'll ramp up their hydro bill.
No, you could just leave just a simple ticket or something.
The wet bandit.
Should take lesson from the Sly Cooper gang.
Says the thief.
Oh.
Watch where you're driving, Joe.
Man, we're walking here.
And it was his screaming that saved his life.
That's the Kevin McAllister scream. Ah!
Wait a minute, aren't you supposed to be a cop?
Merry Christmas, everybody. Also, Joe Pesci has a golden tooth.
Every time Joe Pesci smiles, someone suffers in the world.
John Hughes saw this in Looney Tunes and he thought it would be cool, I guess.
Yeah, that's an extra good point. Doesn't recognize him immediately.
So yeah, basically they're curious, so they're gonna follow him, see where he goes. Uh-oh, stranger danger.
It's like a video game now.
Yeah, it's like those type of mission. Follow the target, but don't stay too close.
If it sees you, then game over. Hey guys, could you imagine if Home Alone was made into a game? I'm sure that'd be fun.
Doesn't it have a
yeah.
game?
We
Too
have
many.
plenty and all.
Honestly,
You know-
I don't recall any particular one of them that was good.
Well, actually, Theo, there's one on the Mega Drive that's actually not that bad. Go check out the new AVGN movie about Gen video about it.
The new movie, damn.
No, fortunately, no. Ugh.
Imposing church.
Cathedrals are big like that.
I know.
Not even our churches are that.
So yeah, basically, he's gonna hide in. He's gonna hide in the church. He's gonna hide in the church because the wet bandits don't dare come in because they feel guilty.
Also, Jova, you can help me on this one. I'm guessing Ben also Protestant do that the nativity like this.
Apparently, Marv. Apparently, the second film establishes
Or
that
it's a
Marv
Catholic
second
cathedral.
film establishes apparently that Marv is Jewish.
Yeah, I think he's just hiding there just for the sake of
Well,
hiding.
Well,
No,
technically,
I'm
it's the
talking
second movie that
about.
does that.
No, I'm not.
Not
I'm
this
not
one.
saying this. I'm not saying this
Yeah, that's what I
about. No, Jova. I'm
Okay,
saying about basically having the nativity in that statue form. I thought it was just a thing for Catholics, not also Protestants.
Usually Catholic ones have Jesus on the crossing. Anyway, Pedro, in regards to them maybe feeling guilty, nah, I mean, I think it's more so he's just hiding there for the sake of hiding.
Let me check.
No, what I mean is that Joe, but they literally said, "I'm not going in there." Like, there must be a reason why they are so hesitant at going in there.
Oh, well, simple. I mean,
Cold.
anyone going into a church without a reason, when no one else is there, doesn't
Also,
often look good.
Holy ground, I guess.
Whatever.
So they
The
have
point-
some
So, yeah,
very slight dignity.
So yeah, it's a good thing that Kevin happens to have mannequins that he could use for this.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair,
Also Michael Jordan.
like they did say, his family is loaded.
Mm-hmm.
There, Jova. That's what it's called. Nativity scene.
Yeah.
So yeah, basically, thanks to this, he can simulate the act of being a lot of people home, basically, just to make the wet bandits think.
Smart kid.
Yep. He's definitely a lot smarter than his family gives him credit for.
That's the whole point of it. Yeah.
Ha.
Oh, the Arc de Triomphe.
Oh yeah, wasn't that also an Upside Down film or whatever?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hold on.
Hi, Cary Grant.
So yeah, all the movies in this country are dubbed in French.
Yeah,
so...
it happened. It happened the same to me one time. I went to Barcelona with a school, and obviously the hotel had all channels that were broadcasting in Spanish. I saw SpongeBob in Spanish, and it was very awkward. Vous avez baguette?
You ever looked in a mirror?
Don't you see, Jova, we're operating on 90s jock. They don't think.
Ha.
So what film are they watching? It's a Wonderful Life.
Irony. That poor statue.
So
Little
what film are they
Nero's
watching?
Pizza.
Then just then.
They're watching a French dub of
It's a
With
Wonderful
Cary
Life.
Grant.
It's yeah.
I was gonna say for a second I thought they were watching Jerry Lewis.
Nah, that would be too obvious of a joke.
That's why North made it. Oh yeah, I love this one.
Yeah.
Rude. Here we go.
There we are.
Ah yes, America, where their wands are in banknotes.
Hold on.
He's just messing around with him. The pizza guy was traumatized for like.
Well,
Poor guy.
you know, I guess pizza delivery guys often put their lives on the line more than we give them credit for.
And this one has to do it on Christmas Eve, so yeah.
I wonder if anyone's done this in real life.
Smells like victory.
You know what? I might try that one day. Order a
This is-
pizza near Christmas.
This is the primary thing about Kevin. He always wants his pizzas with nothing but cheese.
Only cheese. How boring. You want to go real pizzas? You do
Well,
pepperoni.
Jova, I guess.
I
you can
know.
argue taste, I guess.
Yeah.
I often prefer pepperoni, mushrooms, onions, sometimes Romanian tomatoes, and when I can, goat cheese. Sometimes
Jesus,
sausage.
Do you even sleep when you eat
Oh
those?
hi, Mr. Old Man, who's been in a lot of '90s movies. Who I
Yeah,
don't
I'm
really know
pretty
the
sure it's
name.
a cameo. Let me check.
I don't really know his name either.
Basically, she wants to pay them to have their place on the plane so she can finally go back home, and to Kevin.
That explains why she couldn't get back. It wasn't so much that there weren't any planes going out, it's because all flights were booked completely for the Christmas season.
Oh.
Yeah, Kevin's starting to miss his folks for some reason.
It would happen eventually.
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing. He he didn't realize how it's hard living out alone because the world is a dangerous place. So obviously, he needs his family.
Yeah, I get that. I get that.
Again, the family themselves, of course, are going to learn their lesson as well.
Except
Again,
for the asshole brother.
And then properly
No,
forget.
Shiroi, even he'll learn his lesson.
Even the brother apologizes at the end, Shiro.
I mean, as of right now.
The only real problem is that the second movie forgets all about it. That's the problem.
Oh, we said earlier. We established that this was a Fox movie.
Yeah.
It was initially going to be a Warner Brothers film, but then Fox took over.
Makes
That
sense seeing
kinda
as how
makes
we
sense
have
with
the
whole
Grinch
slapstick,
footage.
And the Looney Tunes kind of like.
Not to
theme.
mention the fact that we have Grinch footage.
Yeah, that too.
Kevin,
Not again.
didn't you learn from last time?
Nope.
Just
He's just enjoying the
Try a
music.
little more, I guess.
Poor tarantula.
I can't tell if he's
I
screaming.
Remember,
That's
it's more scared of you than you are of it.
I can't tell if he's screaming at
yeah.
the shaving or the tarantula being there.
I don't know, Teo. The tarantula seems to be pretty fun taking a tour around the house.
Oh, trust me. That's only because it's docile. If that thing gets angry, you do not want to.
Play Deadly Creatures on the Wii if you have the
And now
chance.
Kevin's gonna sweet talk his way past the counter. That's
Time for a diplomacy check.
Come again.
We can apparently thank Uncle Buck for Macaulay Culkin being Kevin in this film because John Hughes was the director there, and well.
okay.
So, wait, what video game were you just talking about, Tio?
Deadly Creatures for the Wii.
Don't recall hearing
Published
about
by
that
the
one.
old THQ.
What's it about?
Tarantula and the Scorpion in the Nevada desert, being the wildlife and having an
For the
interesting
kids.
adventure. Yeah,
Really?
I'll show you later.
Yes.
No. Oh.
True.
Mm-hmm.
Touche, lady.
Well, that went well without a bust. I think things are looking up now. Maybe
Wow,
not.
those must be some really shitty bags that supermarket has.
Oh,
Seriously.
God, I hate when that
Oh
happens.
no, supermarket
no
plastic
idea.
bags are the worst things in the world.
Here
It's interesting because that never happened to me, and I've never met anyone that actually.
It depends on laws and regulations, Pedro, because in my country, for example, recently we adopted a new rule where they have to be biological made, and that makes them even thinner.
Also,
Jesus.
around here, for environmental reasons, we kind of did something similar where you can get plastic bags, but you have to pay for them. So now everyone just brings their own bags. So.
Yeah.
So there
And
you
yeah,
go.
shut up.
Kevin also got over his fear of the boiler as well.
That's nice.
Meanwhile, the Wet Bandits are still. Oh, I love how OK plumbing and whatever. Is this the same? Is this the same van that was used in the Super Mario Brothers movie?
I don't know.
Maybe. Well, that film came out 3 years after this one, so.
Marv, go
Marv,
check.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
Tomorrow. Now.
Don't piss off Joe Pesci, Daniel.
You don't want to.
Yeah. Be thankful this isn't. Be thankful this is just a PG-rated film. Otherwise.
According to George Carlin, he's the only one who is worth to pray for.
Sorry, someone's already in the house.
Kevin really loves that scene.
Well, who doesn't?
Comes in handy.
But why would they be discussing a drug deal in some random house?
Look, Dwibs, it's the common
Marv is
trick of
not
hiding
that-
in plain sight.
Well, actually, Marv is going to realize that he thinks that 2 thieves managed to come in before them. That's what happened.
Yeah, and then they had a falling out.
Snakes.
Firecrackers!
To make it sound more realistic.
Yeah.
Shit! I'm onto fire!
Maybe. I guess that's good practice for good son.
It was the film I saw.
Yeah.
Huh.
I love this line coming from Marv. Sounded like a snake. Well, I don't think he did, but whatever.
Everything's full.
Yes.
Also, there's a hockey team, I think. Like. Your request is very important to us. Please hold. Well, it's official. She's going insane.
Well, yeah, like she herself said, she's literally been awake for 60 hours because of worry.
Oh,
Where's
Scranton, Pennsylvania. It's
I
also.
guess she wanted to, have a change. Like.
Oh yeah, Scranton, Pennsylvania. That's where The Office takes place.
Is that John Candy in the background?
Yes.
I forgot he was in this movie.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
I'm going to get home to myself here if I have to sell my soul to the devil.
The only John Candy thing I've ever seen, other than his appearance in this, was some of Uncle Buck.
Have you seen Rescuers Down Under, Dweebs?
Wait, he was in that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Why, did he
He's
play in
the
that?
Albatross. I forgot the official name.
Oh, right. Yeah. I remember
Warfield?
I remember a bit of Rescues Down Under. I think I watched it with...
I really miss John Candy. Like everyone said, he's an actor who always gave the 120%.
unfortunately, he died not long after this, only a few years after this film came out.
I guess
Where
it's a
should-
Canadian town.
Yeah, I swear, where's Sheboygan?
I mean, they're a hockey team, so it has to be Canadian.
Depends.
Sheboygan.
Yeah, Milwaukee, there you go.
How long does it take to drive from where they are to Chicago?
At least it's gonna take a while, especially if they have to
Driving
make
between
stops.
states takes a long time. Trust me, I've
Certainly more
experienced
than
that.
a plane, Dweebs.
Oh, you've been to the United States before?
I've been to the US about 2 or 3 times.
Neat.
I've been to Florida.
Nice.
One time when we went, we hired a car, and yeah, that was a long drive.
Oopsie, they fell asleep.
Oh, looks like he's gonna get a Christmas tree up.
Hmm.
Well, technically, he's already in either first or second grade. That, whatever.
Ooh.
Something the matter?
Yeah, bit of a weird shift for you to go from Goodfellas that was released the same year to this.
I like mixing things up.
Sure. I mean, if people didn't mix up their things, we wouldn't have gotten Hugo.
Roll credits.
Ding.
Please never show Joe Pesci's close-up ever again.
I guess Moonwalker really did have something going about Joe Pesci being a villain against children.
Guess it's a consistent thing then, since he also wants to get every kid in the world hooked up on drugs.
For reasons that will forever baffle me.
Because he wanted to be in the history books for it.
God damn,
There
I
are
was
other
trying-
ways to get into the history books.
I was trying to look up Moonwalker, but I typed in Moonraker by mistake.
There you go. See, there you go. Oh,
Budget. Oh no,
Are you
they're
sure
a band.
they're a hockey team or a marching
Yeah, they're a
band?
band. Okay. No, please.
Nah.
It's cheery.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
oh, look, it's the house from Hansel and Gretel.
Kind of looks.
And now off to Santa Claus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sorry, I had to sell my reindeer.
Rabies shots for the Easter Bunny.
What?
Unfortunately, Santa had to sell his reindeer because, like I said earlier, he's behind on his rent. But
Nope. Yeah. Yeah, he's old enough to know how it works. Listen to this.
Oh,
Yeah, you see, guys, he's old enough to know that he's not the real Santa Claus. He's actually a fake Santa working for the real one because
totally.
Makes sense.
I mean, he can't go over the world in one night. Come on, Pedro. He has clones.
I don't know, Shir. I think the system that the yokai came up with in Yokai Watch makes more sense.
Yes. Yeah.
It's only one problem, Pedro. There's no such thing as yokai.
Well, technically, Jove, Japan still exists in this universe, I'm assuming, so that folklore is a thing, I guess.
Yeah, but it's folklore.
Oh,
Home
Tic
Alone.
Tacs, sir.
Home Alone 6, Lost in Japan.
That would actually be interesting.
Maybe that'll be the reboot or something.
I'd love
Whoa.
to see Yokai Watch reference this movie.
I guess it's only a matter of time, Shiro.
I mean,
That could be really funny.
They've referenced Bruce Willis in that.
That's the thing. Yeah, they did remember Bruce Willis remember?
Yeah.
And Will Smith and Leonardo DiCaprio.
What?
Yes.
Don't you remember, Shiroi? Don't you remember, Shiroi, when Jibanyan gets Leonardo DiCaprio's face and becomes Leonardo DiCaprio?
Oh. Being alone on Christmas, God,
It just warms your heart.
Yeah.
It's a kicker.
Again, one of the things that makes this movie so wonderful is the fact that obviously when people talk about Home Alone, they immediately think about the Filthy Animal parody film or the hijinks with the bandits
Or the
getting,
face.
getting ravaged by the traps and all that shit. But what makes
Spoilers? We haven't gotten to that part yet.
Jova, is anybody out there in the world that hasn't seen this movie yet?
Yes, they were born yesterday.
Well, it's time to go to a higher power now.
I think I agree. Like,
what I was trying to say was that again, at the heart of it, it's a story about both family and not judging people by their appearances as well.
Oh yeah, this film was the second highest 1990. First being Ghost.
In fact, that second moral that I just mentioned is about to come into play now. It also did a good job cleverly tying it into Kevin's trouble, because Kevin had trouble getting along with his family, and as we're about to see, another character also has had family troubles. As you're about.
So on the same day Home Alone came out, there was also The Rescuers Down Under and Rocky 5.
Well, can't win them all, those.
Well, Rescuers Down Under was good.
Yeah, I guess.
I'm talking about Rocky 5, though.
I guess it's
we don't like to talk about Rocky 5.
Well,
I know.
Stallones.
Neither does Stallone.
Bajoon. Hey there.
That's what Creed is for.
Huh?
Looking for someone?
Yeah, my happiness.
The camera angles actually just work so perfectly with the different altitude angle.
Aww.
Who's this actor, actually?
I'll check.
No, I don't know.
Go ahead.
Yeah, see, he's not so scary.
Hold on, we're about to address that.
Aww.
Future love interest. If you've seen To Kill a Mockingbird, you should know how this goes. Or read it.
Yeah.
In quite a few things.
That was also mandatory in our English classes.
As in mine.
Home Alone.
Actually, I read
No,
the
How
book
to Kill a Mockingbird.
before watching
Exactly.
the movie. For
No, To
school.
Kill a Mockingbird.
I must say, I'm quite disappointed it did not teach me how to kill a mockingbird. Obviously, aside.
One of our-
Misleading title.
Meanwhile, one thing I remember
Hold
about
on,
our English
hold on,
classes
Dubs.
was War of the Worlds.
Yeah. Kevin's about to pretty much sum up what everyone feels at some point. You love your family, but sometimes you get sick of each other.
We live in the same building as they do all the time.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. See, Dubs? It's the whole thing. That's what family. That's what families are.
Oh.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Was it over who he married?
Oh.
Yikes. I remember when I felt the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, then I told the boiler to shut
Just shut up.
Look at that. Turns out the younger generation can teach the older generation a thing or two. And vice versa. Obviously.
Unfortunately, I can't because
They
phone lines.
ditched me to go to Paris.
Well, and also there's the phone line.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I relate.
Numerous families tend to be cursed with that.
On the one hand, clothes are nice and practical. On the
A
other
lot of
hand,
times, well, they don't know what you want.
on the other hand, clothes are kind of like the equivalent to Fire Emblem characters in Smash. You kind of
got
got to
nailed
know.
because Jesus Christ.
Interesting comparison.
Well,
You know
think
what's worse,
about
his
it.
Family or the school he goes to.
Think about it. It's pretty much the easy win
Oh.
ticket, and there's plenty of them.
People tend to give vouchers these days if they don't know what exactly the type of clothes the person likes. So
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a Christmas miracle will happen.
But it never happened.
Of course,
Oh, no.
sometimes
There's
you gotta earn your Christmas miracles.
Has there ever been... Is there some Christmas-related Ace Attorney thing that I don't know about?
Turnabout
Yes.
goodbyes?
Yeah.
Just maybe Jova, that's almost Christmas.
Well, it technically takes place during
Yeah,
Christmas
pump,
as
pump
well.
that synthesizer, John. Come on.
There's just one little thing we
Remember, Teo, this is just straight done with the 80s, so synthesized music was all the rage at this point.
I actually like how it transitions from the classic chanting. I forgot precisely what it's called into this theme, which is similar.
So, now it's time to protect your turf like a man.
Yep.
Yep.
Of course, you do know this means war.
Bless the kid.
You know, the time that you spent drawing that battle plan, that's time you could have been better spent actually preparing the traps. That probably took you, like, what, 2 hours to draw that whole thing?
It might have taken him like an hour at most.
Some people need a frame of reference.
Yeah, that too.
Of course, a very easy thing to do is just let nature do this course here.
Hey,
All right.
hey, Mr. Tarantula, how you doing?
All right. Fortunately, since this movie is operating on cartoon logic, this will not kill them, even though normal people
It
would get
probably
murdered.
should.
Okay. To their credit, a lot of these traps, while definitely very, they could risk killing, they aren't guaranteed kills. No. The movie where the traps get ridiculous in how well the kid has to plan and how dangerous they are, that's where Home Alone 3 comes in. At least
Joe,
here...
but they would at very least get a broken bone or two.
Well, nobody's saying that they don't get a broken bone from any of these.
It doesn't look like it, at least.
Well, it depends on how pain registers. The main
Like, for
thing...
example, remember, Joe, but there's a scene in the second movie where they get hit by an entire cabinet full of
Breaks
iron,
up.
and then their nose gets completely twisted, and then they just put back up like it's a fucking like they're in a fucking cartoon. You
Well,
know?
to be fair, those are noses. They're not made of bone.
It's similar also to when an arm dislocates.
Yeah, just pop it back in. Granted, you better know
It's
what you're
painful,
doing.
Yes, certainly, but it's fixable. The real dissonance with the reality to me in Holland 2 was with the bricks, because in the altitude they were thrown in, they should have been deadly.
And what about that part where Marv got electrocuted?
Plenty of people can survive electrocution, but I'll give Teal the one about the bricks. But I think we can all agree Home Alone 3 is where it goes
Yeah, that's
out the window.
Then
macaroni with cheese.
It's time.
Well, looks like we have to skip dinner.
Oh well.
Okay, Macaulay, could you try to emote a bit more, maybe? This is it. Don't get scared now.
Fine enough.
Underestimating him, I see.
Kevin's packing.
That's the mistake.
I mean,
a
what
lot
could a
of
kid
bad guys do.
possibly do?
His elf.
Ooh.
There, the door's open.
Ow.
Oh, I'm sorry, you were talking about the door to the house.
Yeah, I love Joe Pesci trying his best not to swear.
Sorry, Joe. Remember, this is a family film. We can't have you swear.
Oh!
Also, yeah, you can tell it's a Chris Columbus because of the close-ups.
See, that emotion was a bit better.
All right, so let's split up. So yeah, this is of course the probably the thing that most people remember from this movie, aside from the face actually. Oh, there we go.
That's your day, huh?
To be fair, that's karma for you.
It also helps that it's kind of a throwback also to the old Abbott and Costello skits.
Oh. Iced.
I know, right?
Ice, ice, baby. Alright. Come on, Harry, slowly. Marv, sorry. Nope. Alright, Harry, let's try again.
This time holding, yeah, better.
Barriers are there for a reason.
Why not just go around the stairs?
Yeah, that's a wall you could probably climb on.
Jesus.
Or that.
The definition of insanity.
Yes. Let's let them try again.
Okay.
Marv does the splits. They're all stuck.
So of course, grab the handle.
Oh.
Turns out it was open all along.
Yeah, just
Oh,
do
well.
that. Just tap the door.
Hmm.
Should be smooth sailing from here, right?
It's a bit too quiet though.
Doubt it. It's a bit dark.
All right.
Let's turn the
Yeah,
light.
I agree with this. Let's turn on the light. It's a bit dark in here. Oh.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah, that's gonna knock him out for a bit.
No,
Oh.
actually.
Oh, never mind! Right to the face!
And now he's the Iron Man.
No. He's the I-earned man.
Alright, first time is the charm.
You could just go around.
To be fair, for all he knows, the bushes are booby-trapped. Speaking of booby-trapped...
Ooh. Well, congratulations, Joe. Now you can be that Nazi guy in Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Just put your hand in the snow.
That's what I'm gonna do, actually.
Ah.
Hey, at least you're able to tell if he can't tell left from right. At least I can tell what his right hand is.
There you go.
Ow.
That's gonna leave a mark.
How does he heat up the other side?
Yay, I mutilated a guy.
He'll be fine. Tar. It's a sticky little mess, ain't it?
How's he gonna clean all this up?
Oh! You thought splinters were bad. That will hurt.
How does he clean the tar up from the stairs with the
All in due time, Waves.
Oh, trust me, earlier this year I had a piece of glass
I mean,
stuck in my foot.
Priorities.
Classic.
You know, you're a bit of a hothead.
This is a running thing because he also gets his head burned in the second movie.
It's what he gets. Ooh, lost some hair in transmission.
Quick question, I don't remember a lot of the second movie. Does his head grow back before all this happens again?
Yeah,
No,
sorta.
We don't know. He still has this cap on, if I recall.
We'll
Yeah,
see.
but
We'll
if I
see.
remember if I remember correctly, I think he has this hat on the whole time in the second movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, at this point he's probably just giving up, hoping to keep his hair.
Right.
There we go. Poor Marv.
Yeah, probably best not to go through that way.
Well, I think Harry's had the worst punishment. He's had his hand burnt and his head burnt.
I don't
Guys,
know.
is it really worth it at this point?
It's personal, Shira.
At this point, it's personal.
Honestly, it's hard to tell who's had it worse. Sure, I mean, Harry got burned, but Marv got iron-faced and then, well, stepped on a needle. A thick needle.
A very thick needle.
Barefoot, mind you.
Wait, was it a needle or was it a screw?
Well, great.
Wow, I didn't know he was such a chicken. Oh no.
Yes,
This is worse than
it's not
stepping on Lego.
Yeah, it's not Lego, but it's close enough.
Honestly, let's see if it's better or worse than a leg.
Oh!
Keep in mind, around this time, Christmas decorations were all in glass, which means, yeah, splinters all over the place.
That's the one
To
thing.
give you an idea of what the pain is like, have any of you ever stood on a plug?
No.
You mean while it's alight?
No, while it's just there. Like, unplug, just there.
You mean, the prongs?
Yeah, the prongs.
Well,
Ouch.
no, sure. I am familiar with that kind of pain. Remember that time where I actually had a
Oh,
work
yeah,
accident.
you went to the hospital.
Woo-hoo!
I had a work accident where and it hit my foot, and my toenail was literally carved into my flesh, basically.
Jeez.
Growing toenails.
No, well, once the doctor gave me the anesthetic, and it basically it just stopped hurting altogether.
Just test it out. Oh.
Oh no.
Why would you even keep
boy.
that gold in your tooth instead of selling it?
If it was a gold filling, or if it's a valuable possession.
It's not actual gold.
It's an ostentation of, power or something.
It's like the equivalent of buying gold-plated jewelry. It's not actually gold.
Also, yeah, he called 9/11.
What?
Thin enough not to be spotted.
Too late. He's got him.
Will someone help? You'll do.
Oh, not the poor tarantula.
Well, now that tarantula is scared.
Desperate times call for desperate measures, Shiroi.
Hey, that tarantula's now nice and scared, which means it's...
Danielle starts scream.
Yep.
You know what? You know what?
He's got powerful lungs.
That is an amazingly high pitched scream. Seriously.
You know what? You know what? In his defense, it's an angry tarantula. Those things, I don't know if they can kill, but they'll do something to mess you up.
Tarantulas apparently tarantulas aren't poisonous to humans.
Oh, just because they're not poisonous doesn't mean they can't be deadly.
They can scare you to death, probably.
Let's just say when they get riled, they can kill.
Marv. Marv.
Leave the poor tarantula alone.
Marv, let's calm down, Marv. Let's not do any Marv.
Yeah.
Protector.
Oh.
It's okay. The tarantula is safe.
Yeah.
No tarantulas were actually harmed in the making of
The
this
making of this movie.
Wow, again, now that tarantula is even more scared and riled now, you better be very careful when going around that house.
Guys, you could cut your losses.
Just go.
Go home.
Like I said, at this point, it's personal.
Oh.
Well. Merry Christmas. You big yes, Chris Columbus just told Macaulay Culkin to say, "You big horse's ass."
Oh boy.
Harry.
I believe he's gonna call the police.
Yeah,
Harry, Marv is supposed to be the dumb one. That is a really dumb idea, Harry.
The pain is really doing a number.
Harry, it will take you a long time to reach the other side, and he can do incredibly, and there's a lot he can do while you're doing it.
First and foremost, potentially cutting the rope.
The logistics is that if they go back for the house, they'll get brutalized even more. Which, to be fair, is a possibility.
Maybe that higher drop.
And
Come on.
Whee!
This kid is dangerous.
Well, to be fair, Shiroi, a cornered kid is just as dangerous as a cornered animal.
Also, Shiroi, they're the ones barging into private property, so they don't really have moral ground in this. They don't really have moral ground to speak of.
I know.
Well, Kevin's all out of traps.
But basically, he's trying to lure them someplace until 9/11 comes in.
911, yeah.
911, yeah.
9/11. Sorry, is it 911? Yeah, whatever.
We
Yeah, I
call it
forgot.
911.
Yeah, I
They,
forgot.
they say 911. They don't say 9/11.
Yeah, sorry.
But Sonic told me that 911 is for real emergencies only.
Yeah.
Being chased by dangerous thieves, isn't it?
Okay, Macaulay. Now we have to do. You have to get out of there. So yeah, Harry finally took out his. No, that's not follow him. That's what he wants us to do. Let's. I have a better idea. And there you go. They ambushed him.
Kevin, run!
Get over here!
Kevin.
Oh,
Those boots, though.
Oh.
Cool boots.
you know what? Yeah, I
Re-
really
re-
would love to. I really
remember-
would love to see Chris Columbus directing a slasher movie.
Well, remember he's Kevin's neighbors. He probably heard all the commotion, so he came to see what was it.
Yeah.
Honestly, there's a lot of moments in this movie that create more suspense than actual horror movies do these days.
Yeah.
Yeah. Woo.
Well done. You've brought 2 criminals to justice and given them karma and then some. Oh, by the way, they left the water running, so of course it was flooded down there.
Not just that, but now because of the water running bullcrap that Marv pulled, they know every single house that they stole. Good job, Marv.
Yeah. Yeah. We're the wet bandits. Don't forget us.
That's exactly why he lured them to a house they'd already robbed.
Oops. Don't worry, guys. I'm sure we'll never see them again.
Bye.
Merry Christmas, jackass.
No, you're doing wrong. It's it kind of sounds like he's channeling Muttley when he does that.
Well, considering the cartoony logic of this movie, that's quite fitting.
But
Yeah.
where's Dick Dastardly?
Oh well.
Medal? You'll get your medal when you save me. Anyway.
And Kevin doing all the tidying up.
And now we get a nice little moment with John Kenny as well.
Aww. Jesus. Okay.
Oh.
Um. Jesus.
Charming. I agree.
Yeah, you brought it up though.
Thanks, John.
Well, Debs, I'm guessing she wouldn't think that the conversation would take this particular route.
Yeah.
Let's never mention this ever again.
Yeah.
Oh wait, maybe it was all a dream?
Nope.
Aw.
Oh, thank God.
Alright, the wish to Santa he made.
Oh
Sorry,
well.
Kevin. Your parents were sent to an alternate dimension.
What is this, a
No, not
Twilight
leaves a
Zone?
rhino ate them up.
Yeah, rhinoceros ate them up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and look at that! Right after he goes back home, the mom arrives.
Surprised they did not knock the statue.
Yeah, that's that. The statue had the best character development.
Press X to Kevin.
Wow, exactly how they left it.
Actually, he set
no,
that up.
remember, he made the tree.
Yeah.
He went out there cutting what one just for that.
Yeah, avoid Kevin. There you go.
Okay, mom. Now, what do you say? Well, aside from that.
Have you learned anything?
No. Well, he's not in the next. Well, but touching from the next film.
There we
We'll
go.
we'll get to it. There you go. See, that wasn't so hard, was it, mom?
Yeah.
Now tell off the other brother.
Nah, he never gets told off.
Actually, I think they tell him off in the second movie.
Well, yeah, just like one sentence.
No, the second movie.
Better than
boobs.
nothing.
We'll get to it. But here's a little good irony joke that I love here. If she had waited, she would have arrived at exactly the same time anyway. So that's kind of interesting there.
They
But
actually
did they get to
came.
spend some quality time with John Candy? I don't think so.
True, I guess.
About your baseball stuff.
That's his way of saying, sorry, just go. It's the best you'll get. There you go. See, if she had waited, she would have arrived basically at the same time. I kind of like that irony there.
Parents are pretty irrational sometimes.
Especially when it comes to their child.
And there you go.
Children.
And there's of course the payoff. The family realizes that Kevin is, that they've underrated him all this time.
He kind of went through the Matilda variation of having to learn to be an adult.
Yeah.
I also scarred two guys, both figuratively and literally.
Well, we
but
don't need to
they were-
mention that.
But they were bad guys who were trying to rob me and kill me, so it's
perfectly
okay.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine.
And here's my personal. This is actually my personal favorite emotional payoff of the movie here, which you're about to see.
Kevin and the tarantula made up.
No.
Oh look, it's the gold tooth.
Keep it as a trophy.
Sell it on eBay. Like eBay wasn't invented yet.
No. There you go.
Yeah, Kevin missed a spot.
They made up.
And I guess that's his son with his wife and
Yeah,
and
they're gonna live together from now on, apparently.
or at the very least they're spending Christmas there.
yeah,
They're
exactly.
talking is the main
That's a start.
idea.
Yeah.
Thanks, kid.
Aww.
So you have to forgive the smell. I had two burglars coming.
Oh,
shit.
yeah, about
oh
that.
yeah, about that.
Here we go again.
And now you know why they're kind of at odds at the start of the second movie.
Well, I mean, yeah, I'd be a bit pissed off too.
All right, and that was Home Alone. All right. To me, this is still today one of my favorite movies of all time. Like, it's one of my personal favorite Christmas movies. I love pretty much everything about it. I love the themes of family, and again, not judging people by their looks and stuff. I love the comedy; it's all great. The acting, even though Macaulay Culkin is a bit wooden, pretty much everybody else holds the fort anyway. So it ends up working fine in the end. And John Williams' music is fantastic, obviously. And it's an overall really perfect, wonderful holiday classic. It's heartwarming. It's funny. It's incredibly charming. It's just an overall perfect little Christmas movie. There you go. Go ahead, Webs. What do you think?
Yeah, this has always been one of my favorite movies ever since I saw it on I don't know if I saw it on video first or whether I saw one of its 85 billion showings on Channel 4. But yeah, I've always enjoyed this movie, especially the gags and the antics that Kevin does to ward off anyone he doesn't want going his house.
Well, yeah, that's the thing people usually always bring up about this movie.
The traps, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's definitely a blast to watch. And, I'm looking forward to when we eventually do this.
Same.
The sequel's pretty good.
For me, it's pretty good on its own merits, but I still think this one's better. If anything, I just don't like the whole resident characterization thing. But anyway, no, for me, like I said, for me, it's just the fact that it's just an overall really well told, heartwarming story in general. But the traps are good for comedy as well. Go ahead, Jova. Sorry, are you done, Whips?
Yeah, I am done.
Go ahead, Jova.
Yeah, I love this movie. It's a blast. I loved it as a kid. I kind of related to it as a kid in some cases. It really just teaches both sides of when a family can get on each other's nerves. You know, things go crazy every now and then. Thankfully, though, it all works out in the end. The humor is definitely top-notch. Macaulay Culkin manages to get through this just fine. Thankfully, his acting improves for Home Alone 2 so that he can actually do it a lot more legit. But even still, for a kid, he handles the scenes relatively well. And, let's see what else. Oh, God. Okay, the two criminals are quite the interesting foils in that they're part of the lesson he learns. And I think one of the things that helps this movie is how it's relatively realistic. I mean, sure, there's definitely more cartoony stuff, but for the most part, it keeps things realistic. I mean, I guess that's what helps in grounding it and, in some ways, making it more funny, you know, not going too over the top. And, of course, I love the scenes with the bearded guy. Did they even give him a name?
I think so. When they established the character, but I forgot.
Whatever. I really like the guy still. I mean, he's a nice relational figure. It's nice to see that both generations can give each other lessons here and there. Overall, this film is a blast, lots of fun, and a great Christmas pick. Next up.
Pretty much what you and Jova said. It's just a fantastic family and Christmas movie in general. Like, it's a favorite for most people for a reason. Still holds up today. And that's it for me.
Yep.
Yeah, I haven't watched this movie in a while, actually, and I honestly think it's better than I even remember. I still watch it when I was a kid. It's actually one of the very first movies that I rented Blockbuster. Bless it. But I don't know, I'm guessing because I can appreciate more the side stuff that I didn't pay too much attention of, like the neighbor's backstory. Of course, it's not like I completely ignore. It's just that I didn't pay the attention that I should have needed. But
that's the stuff for the adults. The traps and comedies for the kids, whereas the more heartwarming stuff, that's for the sake of giving.
I suppose. I guess it's. But yeah, again, it's very, very great. Also, I compliment the score of John Williams, how it transitions from the classic themes of, royalty-free music, like the Tchaikovsky Nutcracker Suite at the beginning, or the choir, which I keep forgetting what they're singing specifically. It's a typical Christmas thing in the church, to the specific movie themes that are slightly similar to them, just with their own spin. It's actually a great way to transitions. And it blends in perfectly. Of course, also the slapstick are gold. Like I said, also a great throwback to the old Abbott and Costello skits, which helps make the movie more entertaining overall, and also other stuff like John Candy, which again gives his best, like he usually does. So yeah, great experience, and yeah, it's actually a great surprise for me. I wasn't expecting it to enjoy this much more than I used to. So good call. Next, well, I'm the last one, so I guess we'll see you for the sequel.
Eventually, yeah. But for now, the next Halloween movie. Sorry,
Halloween.
You
get
did
it
it
right, you
again.
moron. Get it right, you moron. The next holiday movie comes from Jova, a movie called Unaccompanied Minors. Jova, whatever. Jova, this better not be another Monster Family.
Let's
Yeah,
see.
please, Joe. We had a good two streak with 2 good movies. Don't jinx it.
Okay, I'll admit it's a movie I liked as a kid. I'm not quite sure how it is growing up. Like, maybe it's still a hidden gem. Maybe it was just
We'll
something that
see.
made me laugh like Bubber. Basically, though, okay, folks, so we've had a movie involving
Unaccompanied
kids and
minors.
hijinks, and we've had a movie involving terrorists at an airport. What if we were to, say, combine the two and tone it down a bit more to be kid-friendly?
Oh boy.
The highly acclaimed Unaccompanied Minors with his 29% martyrs rating.
You're getting
We'll
ahead
see
of
you for
yourself,
that, I
Gibbs.
guess.
All right, see ya.
Yeah.
So yeah.